when he spoke about Islam, I said, wow, this is very much exactly what I believe. But then there was this one problem. It was Islam, this aggressive and dangerous religion. And even, it's like I said to myself, please God, please, don't let this be the truth. Anything but not Islam, please. And then he gave me a book. And when I started reading it, my God, my heart was like this. And once I took the Shahada and I entered Islam. And then I remember my father's reaction. The first sentence he said was, Muslims, they are all terrorists.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sahabat semuanya. Berlatar belakang sebagai seorang Kristen dari sang ibu, Marcel keras kecil mengisi aktivitas minggu paginya dengan rutin pergi ke gereja. Namun uniknya meski menganut ajaran Kristen Katolik, Marcel sedari kecil selalu berdoa dan percaya bahwa hanya ada satu Tuhan untuk disembah. Ketika beranjak remaja, Marcel mulai mempertanyakan beberapa konsep ajaran di agamanya yang menurutnya kurang jelas dan membingungkan, seperti Trinitas dan kehidupan setelah kematian. Maka ia pun mulai mencari tahu agama yang memiliki jawaban untuk pertanyaannya itu.
It was the matter of the Trinity that I couldn't come up with. I thought this is definitely wrong. First of all, because it was too complicated. There's one God and that's it. There's nothing more to it. And I was convinced about that from my early childhood. And in addition to that, there was not a clear concept of life after death. This is something I was interested in, but and I tried to get some answers from people because I said, what will happen after death? I was so curious about that. But in Christianity, there wasn't really a clear-cut answer. You're a Christian and you believe that Jesus died for your sins and then everything will be okay. Fine, but what happens after death? Let's say I'm dying now and I'm put to my grave. Then what? Tell me about this. And I said to myself, religion must have an answer to this question. It's impossible, because this is the main question at all. What is the purpose of life and where are we going? Why we are here? I didn't find a real answer from the Christian side. So I said, okay, there's something missing.
Islam di mata Marcel saat itu hampir sama seperti pandangan kebanyakan orang di barat di mana citra Islam dipandang buruk. Sampai ia bertemu salah seorang teman sekolahnya yang merupakan seorang muslim keturunan Pakistan yang kemudian mengenalkan Islam kepadanya.
I had a lot of prejudices about Islam, and I picked up some bits and pieces from the media. Unfortunately, what you hear about Islam in the media is always the same story. You don't hear anything about Islam at all, Islam itself, but something about Islamic countries. And when you hear something about them, it's usually about war, about a terrorist attack or something like that. I thought that Islam is an aggressive religion. It's backwards, dangerous maybe even. Yeah, that was my picture about Islam before I converted. Until the age of 16 or 17, you can say, I had a friend from Pakistan in school. And he was actually the one who introduced me to Islam. And when he started talking about Islam, I recognized very soon that this is exactly what I believed. He told me about one God, and he described to me this one God, that he is almighty, all-powerful. I asked my friend about life after death. And then he gave me a book which describes the journey of the hereafter. And when I started reading it, my God, my heart was like this. I couldn't stop reading. I just read, and whatever I read was beyond my imagination. Do you know these Hollywood stories when there's an asteroid hitting the Earth or something like that? This has nothing to do with it. It was the destruction of the complete universe and the resurrection of all human beings, and they are gathered in front of their God, and then they are judged, and the description of hell and the description of paradise, and I said, my God, my God. And then I knew, okay, this is not a joke. You have to take a serious decision. And I said to myself, Marcel, you have to take care that you do not leave this world without having accepted Islam. But then there was this one problem. It was Islam, this aggressive and dangerous religion. This cannot be the truth. And even, it's like I said to myself, please God, please, don't let this be the truth. Anything but not Islam. Please, select something else but not Islam. Why this has to be the truth? How can I follow this religion? I knew about the picture of Islam in the West. And I said to myself, if I go to my parents, my friends, if I tell anyone I'm Muslim, impossible. So that's why I was convinced of Islam easily, but I hesitated because of the bad image of Islam. Partially because of the media, and partially because of the behavior of the Muslims, I have to say.
Meski merasa bahwa dia telah menemukan jawaban dari pertanyaannya dalam Islam, namun Marcel masih enggan menerima kebenarannya. Hal itu dikarenakan framing negatif media barat yang sudah lama mencuci otaknya. Sampai pada suatu malam dalam sebuah perjalanan, sesuatu terpikir olehnya yang kemudian mengetuk hatinya untuk bersyahadat dan masuk Islam di esok harinya.
When I was driving the car at night, I was thinking about anything and everything. And then my mind all of a sudden focused on Islam and on the seriousness of this issue. And in this night, I still remember that there was a change in my heart. It's as if I was sitting next to myself, speaking to me. Not that I heard voices, but it was the picture in my mind, you can say. I said, what are you doing? Aren't you taking this seriously? And it was in this night I said, Marcel, there's no way to escape that. It is the truth. It's not something you can play with. You can take a wrong decision regarding your job, even your marriage, regarding many things in life, but here we are talking about eternity. That was really the night when I thought about it deeply, and immediately afterwards I went to my Pakistani friend and I said, look, that's it. I don't want to resist anymore. A couple of days later, we went together to the mosque for the Friday prayer. And then he spoke to the Imam and he said, look, there's someone who wants to take the Shahada. And then we did it after the Friday prayer in front of 200 people maybe. It was a strange experience, but it was very beautiful. I took my Shahada, and what I didn't expect, that each and every person came to me and hugged me and said, welcome to Islam, brother. It was really a beautiful experience. At this moment, it was a kind of warmth in my heart. Really a warm feeling, this feeling of brotherhood, especially because so many people came to me. This was the moment when I took my Shahada. And then I remember my first prayer. And this was the most beautiful experience in my whole life. The first time when I prostrated in front of God. And then I prostrated and I swear to God, I didn't want to get up. So I won't forget this moment at all in my whole life. It's a chemical reaction.
Sebagai seorang mu'alaf, Marcel paham betul bahwa perjalanan sebagai seorang muslim tidak akan mudah. Dan pasti ada rintangan dan konsekuensi yang harus ia hadapi. Dan benar saja penentangan akan keputusannya masuk Islam datang dari keluarganya.
So 4 days before Ramadan, I prayed in my room and I went downstairs. It was around 8 o'clock in the evening. My parents sitting in the living room watching TV. I was standing in front of the door. I said, Ya Allah, oh God, make it easy. So I opened the door and I said to my parents, Mom, Dad, I have news for you. And you know, there's a look at you. I said, what news? Then I just told them straight away, I've become Muslim. And then I remember my father's reaction. The first sentence he said was, Muslims, they are all terrorists. It was the first reaction. And this was 1995, even before 9/11. 1995. Muslims, they're all terrorists. That was the first sentence. My mother, she became hysterical. I mean, as if she really lost her mind at that evening, because she was too afraid. She was too afraid. My uncle, her brother, years later, he told me my mother called him that night. They have taken our Marcel. They have taken our Marcel. I said, who took, what happened? I'm sure she didn't know what she said that evening. But as I said, it was a big mistake on my behalf that I have never talked to them about Islam at all during the whole 10 months.
Segala tantangannya ia hadapi dengan sabar, karena ia tahu bahwa Allah tidak akan mengecewakannya. Sampai ia akhirnya merasakan nikmat iman dan menghabiskan kehidupannya saat ini untuk mendakwahkan agama ini.
To all non-Muslims in the world, I would like to quote one verse from the Quran. Do you think we created you just for amusement and play, and you wouldn't be brought back to us? If you just look inside yourself, I think you will know that there is one God, and He would never create this universe just like that. There must be something behind that. Go and search for the reason what is behind this universe. It's a calmness and sweetness in their heart when you know why you are here.